The Prophet of Thought series.
Peace, folks, and welcome back to another edition of the Prophet of Thought series right here on the old T.P.O.T YouTube page. I'm your host, X, of course, but you know that already. That's why you're here. Tonight, we're gonna, because I told y'all, we're going to be shifting some gears around here. So we're going to have some people up here that, can give you some life tips, some things to improve your life a little bit. Tonight we're going to, oh, thank you. You like that, huh? I got to try to get a little snazzy sometime, because I know y'all ladies be watching, but if you was to come to my shop during the day, you'd be standing in front of me and you'd be looking at me like, ugh, where's X? But you'd be talking to me. But I appreciate that though, Lady Nisha. I appreciate that. I do. Tonight we're going to be talking to Miss Kerone Maxineau. I'm probably saying her damn name wrong, but she's one of those natural hair. What's up, brother Faulkner? Thanks, brother. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, she's one of those natural hair blogger, activists, slash proponent of natural hair. And tonight she's going to be talking about I guess doing natural hair and the benefits of having natural hair and natural hair discrimination and all that kind of things that go on with natural hair. Because us brothers that are on media, that we're always, we're always giving women the business, about the weaves and the wigs and all that kind of stuff. So tonight we're going to kind of flip it on his head. I got Miss Maxineau coming on tonight, and she's going to be talking a little bit about natural hair and the benefits of, you know, wearing your hair natural. And, you know, she's going to be talking about products. I actually think she sells products as well. So I'm going to get her to talk about that a little bit. And we also going to go into the whole natural hair thing movement. You know, we're going to go into that. Yeah, so it's gonna be a good show. You know, it's not gonna be, you know, I know it sounds like it's gonna be really, really boring, but you know, X is gonna make sure that that doesn't happen. So, you know, she'll be coming on in about 5 minutes or so. So I'm gonna take this time now, and I'm gonna thank, you know, the folks because I got a couple donations earlier today. You know, I like the way y'all be donating. Y'all like to donate when I'm not on the air, which is fine. But it's all good. Those of you who are out there listening, you know who you are, because you got an email from me, because I always write my donators personally. As a matter of fact, I'll put the probably be putting the PayPal in the chat later on, you know, as the show, you know, moves along. You know, I'm not going to put it up there now, but I'll put the PayPal in the chat, and I'll put the Streamlabs in the chat. You know, if y'all are feeling generous. You know, I know y'all probably won't donate till after the show is over, like y'all usually do, but y'all might want to donate while it's going on. So I'll throw the links in the chat. Also, tomorrow, make sure you tune in tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to be talking about the cost of life. The Unicorn 4, T.L.O.T. The Ladies of Thought will be here live and direct, and we're going to be talking about the cost of life. So come on up here, catch me and the Unicorn 4, Lady Ming, Lady Katz, Lady Kendra, and Lady Classic. And we're going to be talking about the cost of life, what it costs for our black asses to live, what it costs for us to be born, how much it costs to take care of children, you know, so on and so forth. We're going to be breaking that down tomorrow. That's going to be a really, really good show. You'll be surprised how much it costs just for you to exist. Just exist on this earth costs money, because as we all know, nothing in life is free, and we are going to be talking about that tomorrow, the cost of life. So make sure you hear 9:30 p.m. Eastern time right here on the old T.P.O.T. YouTube page. And y'all need to stop by the Twitter page at T.P.O.T. Media. That's at T.P.O.T. Media on Twitter. Y'all need to get on up there and follow. You come up there, you follow me, I'll make sure you get a follow back. Also check us out on our Facebook pages, because we have Prophet of Thought series at Facebook, and check us out on T.P.O.T. bandwagon, and also going over there to the Prophet of Thought series fan group page. It's about close to 3,000 members on there now, so y'all need to get on up in there and become one of the 3,000. I wanted to get to 3,000, you know, by next month. So y'all need to go on over there, the Prophet of Thought series group page on Facebook, request to be a member. They'll let you in. I have had a talk with the administrators. We had a little you know, there was a little bit of a hold up over there for a while, but I have straightened it out, so you can get in as a member. And y'all have been going to on Facebook, y'all have been going to the Prophet of Thought series, that page is going to be gone soon. So don't go there. Go to Prophet of Thought series. Leave the out of it. Okay. Prophet of Thought series on Facebook. Y'all need to go there. That is where you need to go if you want to follow the page. That's the page to go to, because the other page only got like 49 follows or something like that. But if you go to the main page, Prophet of Thought series on Facebook, you'll see there's like 900 and some odd people. It's growing every day. So go there and follow, check out the videos that's on there. Also, you'll see all the links on there. That'll bring you to YouTube, our website. And also, I believe there's a link that'll get you to our Instagram on there as well. I'm not sure, because, you know, a lot of the stuff on the Prophet of Thought series stuff, I don't do a lot of it, believe it or not, y'all. I don't do a lot of it. I have admins who kind of run it. So, you know, you gotta get on up there and see what's going on. But there's always new stuff coming on there. I'm always posting video links up there. I'm always putting stuff up there. Just like if you go to the T.P.O.T bandwagon page on Facebook, stuff is always being posted up there. And also the Popular Thought Series fan group page. Definitely check that out, because there's always something being posted up there. There's always some new stuff. There's always something going on there. So go ahead and join that and share the videos, like the videos, share the videos, on this page. All right. Share the videos on this page, like the videos, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because here at the old T.P.O.T network, we're always trying to do good stuff for you, and we always try to mix it up. We're not going to be doing the same old stuff all the time. Any of you that follow the Prophet of Thought series on a regular basis, y'all know we got all kinds of stuff going on, and y'all need to get down into the old T.P.O.T archives, okay? Because a lot of that stuff that's on there, y'all don't know it's there. Y'all need to check those archives. There's a lot of videos in there. I think it's like 200 in there. Y'all need to go through it, catch those interviews, catch those videos, catch some of the videos by Teacher Tanisha, catch some of the earlier videos of the Unicorn 4, and check some of those old videos that old X put up there a while back. You'll be surprised what's going on. What's good, Lady Classic, Lady Kendra in the house? I see y'all up there. What's good, unicorns? Yeah, so get on up in those archives and check those things out. And in about 2 minutes, Miss Maxineau is coming on. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put the link in the chat, just in case your folks are feeling generous. Let me see if I can pull it up. Got this new internet, and I'm like testing it out, y'all. I think Miss Maxineau has arrived. Is that you, Miss Maxineau?
Yes, hi.
Hello. I was just introducing you, talking you up. How are you this evening, madam?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I was just telling the folks that you are a blogger, activist, and I believe you are on the top of the natural hair movement.
Yes.
I correct my assessment.
Thank you for doing your assessment.
So let's get right into it while people are starting to file in. There's the link, y'all. I just put that in the chat. Natural hair, right? Because you know us brothers on media, you know me, and you know the people within Black YouTube, the Black male YouTubers. We're always giving women the business about weaves and wigs and you know all that kind of stuff. So tonight I have you on, and I want you to talk a little bit about what brought you to the point where you're like, okay, I'm going to wear my natural hair. This is what it's going to be, so on and so forth.
Well, actually, what led me to actually start embracing my own natural hair, it began about 2010. I wasn't really going by a trend of natural hair movement. I wasn't really looking into it as an inside trend to follow. It was more like a personal decision for me that I wanted to change how my hair was reacting to the chemical, which is the relaxer, and how that over time it actually caused damage to my hair, where my own hair began to break, and then it became very brittle, and I just got tired of the scalp burns and the prolonged damage that I've been receiving this chemical ever since I was a teenager. So it was like a personal decision for me in order to embrace my own natural hair. And when I actually no longer wanted to use a relaxer anymore, of course there were criticism, even from my own family. Even from my own family didn't really support me because it was a trend where Black women were more accepted of being beautiful if their hair was straightened or per se wear weaves, which is nothing wrong wearing weaves, but let's just say relaxer. And again, there's nothing wrong having a relaxer. It's all about carrying your hair. But it was just like a shift. It was just a shift for me in order to embrace my own hair based on what I wanted to do for myself. And when I stopped the relaxer, because I didn't even know how to care for my hair, I had to learn that. So it was like a newborn baby that I gave birth to. I had to actually learn how to research and know how to learn my texture. And I didn't even know what these different types of textures were, like the 3A all the way to 4C. I had no clue about that, but I had to learn about my own hair. So that's what led me within. I was just say, if this is a movement, that's great, but just changing the way I used to have relaxer and now using natural hair products that works better for my hair. And I'm so happy that I did many years ago.
Well, let me ask this. Do you find that, I don't know if you're married or not, but
yes, I'm married.
yeah. So do you find, because we always hear this, we always hear women say this, we always hear women say that the reason why, they wear the wigs and the weave and the blonde and the orange and the pink with purple polka dots, they wear that stuff for men. Do you find that now that you wear your natural hair, do you get more attention from men or less?
I will say it wasn't the ideal attractiveness. It was like more on the lower spectrum. Of course, being a Black man, let's keep it real, they're more attracted to women when they have the weave hair and or when their hair is straightened. But when I actually had my own natural hair showing, it was more like a less attractiveness to men before I got married. But now that I see that more and more women are embracing their hair throughout the years, Black men are becoming a little bit more, I will say, tolerant and a little bit more accepted now that they see abundant mass of Black women starting to show their own hair and don't have any problems or any regrets showing their hair, actually going back to the roots. And not only showing their hair, but having the creativity on how to style it and manipulate it and to shape it in a form or way that they feel that's attracted to them. And of course, accessorizing with makeup and clothes to make your hair pop as well. So yes, I would say men in the beginning, even today, they're just slowly starting to accept women with a natural hair because they're seeing more and more women showing their hair. So I think it's becoming more of a tolerance thing towards acceptance a little bit more throughout the years.
Well, to be honest, well, I can only speak for myself, and I'm sure other brothers will concur that most Black men, we would probably prefer a woman to have her own hair, and I can go into the whole litany of reasons why that would be. But like I said, we hear women say, okay, all right, we like, y'all like us to have, these weaves and these wigs. But I think that in a way that when women wear, now it's one thing if they're wearing hair that looks like what their hair will kind of look like. But when they're wearing the red and the orange and the purple and the and the neon blue and all this kind of nonsense, I think that that's going a bit too. I think that's going a bit too far. I think that when you're doing that, it's saying something about who you are, because what you're saying is, not only do I not like the texture of my hair, I don't like the color of my hair either, because I need to wear, some old Bozo the Clown color in my head, just to get attention. Do you think that women wear their hair all these crazy colors? What do you think is behind the crazy colors? I'm not talking about the women who wear the brown and the black or whatever. What do you think's behind the neon blues and the red and the orange and all that kind of stuff? What's behind that?
Wow. That's a good question. I guess it comes back to their self-actualization of maybe just their likeness of choice of how they want to embrace their own color of choice. Me personally, I like black. Black look good on me. I don't even mind if I maybe during some time at a longer duration in time, I may do it like brown or blonde, a little highlight. But right now, I like my black hair. So I guess women who likes to embrace those type of neon colors, they're just expressing themselves of what they cater to like, and that's fine. Me, I'm not attracted to that, but that's what they're attracted to, and that's what they like. Now, it could be that they could be modeling after other individual females that have that, and it may look good on them. So they want to try to see if it looks good on them as well. So, but not every style or every color fit everyone, you know. So I guess they're just trying to try it out, test it out, because they're trying to model after what they see another female is showing that type of color hairstyle. They want to try to see if they will look good on them too. So I guess it's just like they're just testing out to see what looks good or what don't look good. And if it looks good on them, they probably just gonna go ahead and just continue embracing that type of color, those type of bright colors of hairstyle. Me personally, again, I like my hair black, so it looks good on me. It's natural, and I'm proud, and I love how it looks on my features that reflects my face.
So would you suggest that more black women wear their natural hair? What would you suggest?
I would say, first of all, it's very subjective. But I will say that personally, I will love to see the continuation of more and more Black women continue to brace their own natural hair, even if they stop their relaxer and if they want to go ahead and maybe slowly to get used to their new growth and then slowly wean away from the weaves or the wigs or even the braids, but at least stop the relaxer and just take baby steps to at least try to get to know your hair. Because if you look at it, when we were little girls sitting between our mama legs and combing our hair, it hurt. Yes, it really hurted. And we lost that connection of our hair, how it feels, how it looks, how it's formed, how it's manipulated once we get our hands in there. We don't even know how it felt when we were little girls. We lost that identity. We lost that connection with our own hair because we just been so we just been so colonized based on the Eurocentric ways of how the Caucasian hair is straight. That's how your hair should look. That's how corporate wants you to look, but that's not true. That is not true. It's all about going back to how you care for your hair and how you style it, how you're using certain type of products, whether it's manufactured products or whether it's, do-it-yourself products that works for your hair type and your hair texture, so you can create a style that looks great on you. And because our hair is so versatile, you can go from afro. If I take right now, I have it in a bun. If I take it out, I'll have my afro out, and then I can do a little updo. Right now, I'm just wearing a little updo. So you can get very creative with your hair. There's nothing wrong with your hair. It's how you go about caring for it. First of all, studying your own hair and knowing what kind of products that works best for you. Because again, not everything is going to work for you because our hair, even though it looks similar, it responds differently. So it's all about educating yourself about your hair and patience and care.
And quit trying to be a damn Afro-pean, for Christ's sakes. For all you Afro-peans out there, just stop doing it. Stop doing it. But this is what I don't get. This has always bothered me. This has always pissed me off because my lady, my wife, she don't wear no wigs, weaves, none of that. My woman don't wear none of that. All right. She wears her own hair. She none of that perm, all that, just her hair. Now she'll throw a cap on top of it or something like that, but she doesn't wear any of that. She stopped doing that a long time ago. I guess because she have old ex from T.P.O.T as a husband. But when women have this Afro-pean thing in their mind, as I like to say, this whole Negro-pean, Afro-pean kind of outlook.
The spherical round afro.
Yeah, it's like because our hair is the only hair on this planet that's like this. I mean, if you look at Europeans and you look at Hispanics and you look at Asians, they all have like the same kind of texture hair. Basically, our hair is the most unique hair on this planet. The hair that black people have. We're the only people with like woolly hair. So what I don't understand is why on earth would you take the most unique thing about you and try to make it look like everybody else? Try to make it look like the Asians, try to make it look like the Hispanics, try to make it look like the Europeans. Why on earth would you want to do that?
If you look back, it goes way back in history. If you go way back in history, when we were in Africa and our hair was our status. Our hair will give like a certain status based on our marriage, our connection with maybe others in a tribe. So, and also accessories, how, you know, the Africans will do their hair. So when we were taken from Africa, brought away to another land that's not our own, we lost the tools that we used in to continue doing our hair, manipulating hair. We had to use like some, I think they used, I think it was some kind of lard. I don't remember what exactly it was, but they had to use some kind of fashion butters in order to grease their hair to keep it moisturized. And with that, some of them even have some kind of scalp infection where the woman will start now using the do-rags, let's just call it today for modern ways of defecation, put a rag on their hair to protect their hair because of the sun and scalp infections, again, because they were taken from Africa and not knowing how to, they lost the tools in order to care for their hair. So, you know what I mean? So they lost their tools. So now they have to try to readapt how to better care for the hair, use nature where they came from Africa, use nature, use what they can get, and in order to care for their hair, in order to cover their hair and protect. Now let's go back where our hair is very unique. Yes, our hair is very unique. We're the only ones that have such a unique textured hair, and yet it's such a political issue with that. I mean, that's, to me, that's powerful. Our hair is so powerful. Not only our skin and our features are so powerful, being black in a sense, but our hair gives a statement. It identifies us as being black, and literally being black. And with that identification, the quartz, the coily and the woolly type feel of our hair, when the white men see that, they identify that like that's ugly, that's unkept. You need to do something with it in order to be like us, in order to be accepted like us. They want to assimilate us in order for us to straighten our hair. And with that, within the Caucasian society, Caucasians dominate everything. You see billboards about hair being straight. You see even Koreans, they're actually running the beauty supply store where they don't even use the stuff that we use. They don't even use the stuff that we use. We as Black women, or let's say Black people, we consume a lot of Black products, the weaves, the products, and you go ask the Korean man, what does this product do for my hair? They can't tell you. You have to go to your own sister or your own brother who may have some kind of knowledge about that hair product to tell you what it does and what it doesn't do for your hair, even down to the weaves. They don't know what kind of weave that will look good on you. They don't even know how it's going to be sewn in. They have an idea based on what they heard from another Black person telling them how it works and how it's put together. You know what I mean? So all of this is just idealism that the Caucasian society want us to be like them. We don't have to be like no one. We're Black. God made us Black. We have Black skin. We have high cheekbones. We come in different shades. And what make us very unique, aside from our color, like you say, and I agree with it, is our hair. Our hair is so unique to us that we need to go back and rock it. Rock it.
I agree. You know, it's sort of like going to the Chinese restaurant. You know, they sell you a lot of stuff, but they eat none of it.
Exactly. They can't tell you anything, because I tested that out myself. They sell the products, but they cannot tell you what it can do for you. They're not educated in that area. Their main ideal is to sell and to make money. But when it comes to knowledge and education about the products or the weaves, they have no clue. They have to ask someone else who's Black to probably tell them, or another Korean person who's been in the industry for so long to let the new upcomers that let them know the store owners what it does or what it doesn't do. But even that, they don't know the depth of it. You have to go to a Black person. So I believe that more Black people should begin to have ownership of beauty supply stores, because we are the main #1 consumers of that. Billions of dollars go down to buying hair products, go down to buying cosmetics.
Oh yeah,
we're the #1 consumer, Black people.
The weave business is upwards of $10 billion per year. 10 billion with a B. I mean, all that money being spent, but just being handed over to the Asians.
Exactly.
Now, that I think is totally ridiculous myself. Let me ask you this. Now, normally, especially if you work in like the corporate world, I don't know about, I'm a blue collar guy. So in the corporate world, though, there's a lot of discrimination against Black hair, Black women wearing their natural hair and all that kind of stuff. Talk about that a little bit, about the discrimination in the workplace and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just like our skin color. It's the same thing. It's just a different part of our body. Basically, I've experienced it myself, where I wouldn't say I won't say I was discriminated, but it was more like an indirect approach, where I was told that when I'm going to do my hair, when I'm going to do my hair, and to me, my hair was already done. My hair was out, because usually I do a twist out, meaning that I wet it, I let it set, air dry, and then I unravel it, and then I may do something like this, like an updo. But to them, it seemed like it was the person, I won't say them, but the person came to me, make it seem like my hair was unkept, and it caught me off guard, because it goes back to the lack of not being educated, the lack of knowledge of not knowing about the Black hair, how unique it is. And not because it doesn't fall straight down like your hair falls straight down, it doesn't mean that it's not uncapped. It's just how the hair is grown in that certain growth pattern, So again, it goes back to the Eurocentric idealism that Black woman should be having weaves in her hair. And me being Black is just so accustomed to see Black women wear weaves all the time, or even braids, on a commonality everyday way of life. But when a natural sister like myself wear my own hair out, it seemed like it's an issue. But it may be kept on a quiet. It may not be like a big uproar, but you can feel the tension, even with a certain look, or even a certain question like, why do you wear your hair like that? Or, oh, that's different about your hair, or when you're going to do your hair. So it's more like an indirect approach. So that's what I experienced. Now, I know it has been actually more enforced, where I think a few years ago, this young girl in school, she was about to be expelled because she was wearing her hair out naturally in an afro, but it fell down. And another girl where she was actually wearing braids, but the braids didn't look professional in the retail store. So there have been numerous or few occasions of cases where women in a corporate America, or even in the common workplace, their hair is not being totally accepted. So that's where I feel that we as Black women need to educate those, to tell them about what our hair is. Not because my hair is not straight and wavy like yours. It's hair. My hair grows out of my scalp differently than yours. The way I keep my hair, I need to protect my hair so it doesn't break as easily. Because, for example, I may not produce, based on theory, the sebaceous, the sebum doesn't make it all the way down to the strands. Therefore, it doesn't coat my entire hair, where you being straight, your sebum goes all the way down. So that's why you need to wash your hair every single day, or every single day in the week. I don't need to do that. I need to wash my hair. What works for me is maybe once a week or twice a week. But within that week, I need to keep it moisturized, because if I don't, it will get dry, and then it will lead to breakage. So it goes back to educating even your boss or even co-workers, so they can understand the uniqueness about your hair texture, the quality, the strength that comes with it, and what it takes to care for your hair. Hair is hair. It's all keratin, but it comes down to the growth pattern of it.
So, what do you think it would take to make more of our women get rid of the damn weaves and the wigs and stop using the straightening comb? And what do you think it would take? What if this happened? What if this happened? What if all black men just said, "Hey, look, women, we will not be bothered with you. We will not date you until you start rocking some afros around here." Do you do you think that would change the perception? Would that change the ideal? Because I say that because I talk to a lot of women. All right, I have women that are part of my media group. Okay, I'm like the only male on my media group. All right, I talk to women, I interview women, and when you hear them talk about when you hear them talk about the weaves and the wigs, it always goes back to well, two things they say. They say, well, it's easier to manage, and they also say they do it for the men. What's good, brother Valdez? Valdez in the house. They say they do it for the men, and they also do it because it's easier to manage. So, if we as men say, okay, say the men say we start a movement, and we march downtown, and we say, look, we want natural hair on our women. Do you think that would make a difference?
I think that would be a great increase of the perspective of women, those especially who have insecurities, feeling that they're not beautiful because their hair is quote unquote nappy because the black men don't accept. But if a lot of black men were to come from that approach, trust me, there will be a heap of women will go running down, get a scissors, and start chop, 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 or start transitioning from the relaxed hair to natural hair, because that in itself will let them know that I'm beautiful and I don't need this add-on to make me look beautiful. So yes, if a lot of men will come out like that, trust me, a lot of black women of all different shades, all different hair types and textures will definitely make that transition.
Well, let me do this. Let me talk to you black women right now. The reason why I have Miss Maxineau on here tonight. Now, I don't know if you're watching this live or you're watching this on the playback. Wear your natural hair, because I know Miss Maxineau is about to get into some products and stuff that she uses. So I'm telling y'all now, wear your natural hair. Trust me, it will work. It exudes confidence. It will exude self-esteem and high self-ego, and it will say that you love yourself. Ladies, listen to me. I'm telling you. Miss Maxineau,
yes,
you've been natural for a while. So what products do you because I know you got to have certain particular products, to keep it up and keep it from being nappy and kinky and like one of them sheep's, like the collars on one of them sheepskin coats. So what products do you use, and what products would you recommend to other women who want to, they might want to take their wig off tonight after listening to old X?
Well, it goes back to identifying what products work for your hair, because us being black, there are different types of hair types. There's the 3 type, and there's the 4 type, and it breaks it down into A, B, C, A, B, C. As the hair becomes a little curlier in the 3, it gets tighter as you go up into the 4, and the last one is called the 4C, which is more like the zigzag. So the curls are the Afro type pack curls into one. That will traditionally describes a black person hair. But for me, what I had to do, again, when I first went natural, like I said, I didn't know anything about how to care for my hair. I didn't even know how to even style it or even know what products to use. It came based on trial and error. And that's common when you go natural, because you don't know. You lost that connection with your roots as a little girl. So you have to go back to try to test for products that work for you. Now, there are some women that stick with manufactured products. There are many brand lines that cater to natural hair that are uprising. For example, a common one, which is Shea Moisture. Design Essentials now has a line for naturals. Cream in Nature has a design for natural. Even Pantene has a design for natural. So if you were to go to your common beauty store, like for example, like Walmart, you will see in the aisle, you will see a lot of products that's catered to natural hair, and you don't even know where to start. But the main thing is, what I will say is, in how to start is to really goes back to product layering. Like your hair, because it's dry, it needs moisture. And how to hydrate your hair, you need to add water to it. I know, don't be scared. We need water because many of us Black women, we don't like to go to the beach and get our hair wet. That's just common. But for our hair loves water because that is our first defense, is to hydrate our hair with water. So when you get water, and if you get like something simple like oil, like maybe coconut oil or even olive oil or even castor oil, you can take those oils, you can use them separate, or you can mix them a little bit, and you can just put it on your hair. You know, after you wet it, you put it on your hair. And then you can get like maybe like a butter or a cream or even a foam that's non-alcohol, because you don't want alcohol that dry your hair. There are good alcohols, there are bad alcohols. So, but again, there's a lot of manufactured natural hair lines that cater to natural hair. So you won't really have a problem choosing a hair product to use because their ingredients are shifted towards our hair. So they're trying to make it a little bit more natural with higher end natural ingredients listed first, and then weave it down to maybe some synthetic ingredients. But again, most of these manufactured are catering to our hair. So that's a great, so you won't even have any problem. So what you do after that, after the oil, then again, like I said, you use the cream, you can use the butter, you can use the foam, and then you can put that on your hair. And what I usually do, I twist it. You can twist it, you can braid it, let it air dry, and then within a few hours or the next day, take it out, and your hair will be manipulated where you see the swirls or the curly or the zigzag pattern, which is called a twist out or braid out. You know, so you can start with styles like that. You can even use gel for your hair. Again, that goes back to that doesn't have those type of harsh ingredients like alcohol. You can wet it a little bit, put leave-in, use the gel, and start using your finger and twirl around your hair. If your hair is really short, like what they call a teeny weeny afro, if you really did a big chop and your hair has a really small afro, you can get gel and wet it, put the leave-in, and then go lastly in with the gel and just twirl around your finger. Or you can use a rat comb. You can go to a natural hair beauty salon. They can help you out with that. But it's not really hard to select what products, because many brands are catered to our hair now. If you go into Walmart, for example, you'd be very surprised and see. But it goes back to test out to see what product works for you. Even when it comes down to washing your hair, we commonly used to wash our hair a lot with sulfate shampoo, which is regular shampoo. You got to be very careful of that. You don't want to wash your hair too often with that, because yes, the purpose of it is to get rid of the dirt, get rid of the oil. Like, especially like for me, I use oil, I use butters, I use creams in my hair to keep it moisturized. You know, so you will go in and you'll wash your hair with a sulfate free shampoo, meaning that it doesn't have the sulfate ingredient in it, or even low sulfates. So you don't have your hair to be dry as often. And then you go in with your deep conditioning to bring the moisture back into your hair. So there's certain ways and techniques to learn how to care for your hair, but it's not really hard. So the main thing is moisture. You got to keep your hair moisturized. And the first defense is water. Spray it with water. You don't have to do it soaking wet. Spray it with water, you know, after it's cleaned and washed with your sulfate-free shampoo. And then go in with your oil, and then go in with your cream and butter or foam or mousse that, again, cater towards natural hair. Braid it up, twist it up, let it air dry, take it out, do your updo, do your twist out, do your braid out, put your little scrunchie on your head, put your little flower on your side, however you want to do, pin it up to create a style that looks great on you.
Because I know, I have a lot of ladies in my audience. If y'all ladies want to ask Miss Maxineau, are you willing to answer some questions, Miss
Sure.
Maxineau? Yeah, if y'all want to ask Miss Maxineau some questions, just type them in the chat, and I'm sure she will answer them for you promptly. So until then, I need y'all to get the likes up. Also, I'm going to put the old Streamlabs chat, Streamlabs link in the chat. If you're feeling generous, drop a few coins in the bucket. You know it's always appreciated. Miss Maxineau, if, say for instance, you got a lady, right? And she wears, you know, she's been wearing weaves and wigs and all this kind of stuff for a whole bunch of years. Do you suggest that if they say, okay, I want to go natural, should she just go ahead, cut the weave out, cut all the hair off that's underneath there and grow fresh? Or how should they make that I guess quote unquote transition?
It depends on her level of comfort, how comfortable she is. That's where it comes from, her level of comfort. Now there are some women, if she's bold like that, I want to just chop off this relaxer and start from fresh. Go ahead. That's called the big chop. You're bold, you're courageous. And those who want to transition and just let their hair grow out while they keeping their weaves in, you know, upstyled, or their braid in, but they're not want to touch any more relaxer, that's fine. Again, that's called you're transitioning within that state. So that's fine, but it goes back to their level of comfort and how they are accepting where they want to start. So it's a level of acceptance and their level of comfort.
Okay, we got a question for you in the chat from Dr. Yaya. How do you feel about hair typing?
I do not like hair typing. I do not like hair typing. When it comes to hair typing, that's where within our own Black community as women, that's where the separation, the division starts. I do not like hair typing, because if you start hair typing, a person like say with like a three type A hair, and compared to a person with maybe like a 4C type hair, the 4C type hair may say, oh my God, my hair is so hard. I can't do it. I can't manipulate it. When I do a twist out, it doesn't look like yours. My hair is ugly. I hate it. And the person with the 3A type hair feel like, oh my God, when I style my hair, everything kind of falls out. It may not stay into place. You know, I wish I had your hair. So it's like going back and forth. I don't like my hair. I wish I had your hair type of thing. So I do not like hair typing at all. But what I say with hair typing, get to know that sister that has a similar hair type like you and find out what's working for her. You can model after that. Again, your hair may not respond exactly certain products, or even like do-it-yourself products, but you can at least have a better, more relationship, a better, more identity, because that sister has the same hair type like you do, and she can try to help you out and try to give some guidance to give you a healthier start. Same for the rest of the other hair type females. You can connect with another sister that has the same hair type that you can relate to, you know, especially when you're starting out. Because when I started out, I didn't have anybody to go to. I had to learn on my own. So you want to make that connection with someone that has the same hair type. But hair type in general, I do not like it when it comes to comparing and contrasting your hair against another person's hair. If you're going to hair type, use it as a motivation to get to your destination with the person who has the same similar hair type and texture like yours.
So let me see. Let me put on my damn glasses because I'm blind. Does hair porosity play a part in what products I should use?
Yes. Hair porosity is the big key compared to hair typing, because with hair porosity, if you have low porosity, medium porosity, high porosity. Now, the porosity means like how porous your your hair strands are, your cuticles, how open they are. Now with low porosity is that your hair cuticles, they have smaller, tighter holes. And like, for example, like the water or even like the certain oils may be too heavy to get into it. Like for example, maybe castor oil, because it's a thicker oil. It may be too heavy to get into your hair cuticle. So with hair porosity, with someone who has low hair porosity, you may have to add heat to open up your hair. And with someone with higher porosity, your cuticles are expanded. They have gaps in them. So with that, it's easier for water or maybe certain oils to get into them, but your hair quickly becomes drier. So hair porosity definitely plays a role in how well your hair will maintain moisture.
You froze there for like 5 seconds, but like I guess the point was still made. So what colors, like if a person, when you talk about natural hair, do you consider a woman who wears her own hair and dyes it, say purple or red or orange or something like that, would that still be considered natural hair, even though it's like orange with pink and yellow polka dots in it?
Well, what I said what considered to be natural hair is hair that is free from chemicals and free from chemicals like bleaching or even relaxers. Those are chemicals. Straight up natural. You have nothing in it. No dyes, no relaxer, nothing. That's true natural. Now, the controversy is there are women that, for example, they don't relax their hair, but yet they color their hair. To be natural, I would say it is natural, but it's kind of a little bit diverted away from the being truly natural. But with that being colored, you have to be very careful, because with color, your hair may become a little bit more porous because the proteins in your hair strands have been altered. So with that, you have to make sure that you updo on your protein treatment to keep your hair strands strengthened so it doesn't break as easily, and keep it moisturized like any type of natural hair. So you have to be a little extra cautious when it comes to using colors, because your hair has been altered in a way where it's been disrupted. So you have to really be cautious on how you're going to keep it protein treated and moisturized.
Well, talk about your blog a little bit, your natural hair blog, and let people know how to reach it too while you're doing that.
Yes, it's a new natural hair blog that I recently started. I had stopped for a while because I got married last year, so I stopped blogging. It was just too much for me to blog and to plan about my wedding, so I had stopped on last year, but I resumed towards the end of last year, and I just started reblogging again. So my blog is called LuminexEssentials.com. That's LUM as in Micah, Y as in yellow, N as in nickel, EX, essentials.com. And my blog just talks about natural hair, from natural hair care to natural hair topics. So it's just a natural hair blog and how to make your hair simple when it comes to caring your hair. It's a little bit more catered towards more Afro type hair, because I can relate more with my hair type as compared to those with maybe looser type of hair. So it's more like Afro hair type that I mostly blog on. But again, whether you're 3 or 4, is natural hair. So I will touch base on different things. So that's what my blog is about. It's just talking about how to properly care for your hair and any type of hair topics that I may come across and I'm willing to share across my social media.
Yeah, so y'all ladies go ahead and join that, for you brothers too, who might be, wearing weaves and whatnot, taking them off and go natural, brother. If there came a time when, because like I said, like I said a few times tonight, us brothers, we give women a lot of hell, we give them a lot of heat, you know, for the weaves and the wigs and all that kind of stuff. So if you, because you know you're married, right? Do you think that your husband would had approached you, dated you, proposed to you if you had on the 20-inch blonde yaki?
Actually, I'm glad that you said that. When my husband and I were dating, I had we call it a crochet braids. I would use it as a protective style, mostly towards the fall going into the winter season, just to protect my hair because it gets drier, which is common for natural hair. It gets drier easily in the winter. So we met in the fall, and while we were dating, he would give me a little hint like when I'm going to see your real hair, because I did let him know that I was natural, but he told me that it's not me. Even if I did have a protective style that I wanted to keep my hair protected during winter, he wanted to see me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you don't understand the struggle. I don't want to do my hair right now. I just want to just let it rest for a while. Then you will see it, maybe like in the spring. But I mean, he loved my personality. He loved who I am, what I stood for as a woman. But he wanted to see me, truly me, because he let me know that he loved women who are natural. Because when you're natural, I see the real you. I see you as the woman, not just some add-on, because that just takes away from the real you. So he wanted to see me, who I was. And that was sexy to him. even now, I tease him and I'm like, okay, I have a wig, I'm gonna put it on. He'll be like, I'm gonna throw it away. Because he doesn't like how you said to your wife, you like to see her with her natural hair. So he doesn't want me to have weaves. He doesn't want me to have wigs. Not saying that I can't, I can, I still have, autonomy in that, but he preferred to see the real me. Even when I wake up and my hair is like whatever, that's the real me. So that's what's attracted him to me more, because he actually truly saw what my hair looked like, and then how I went ahead and style it and manipulate it, so it made him more attractive even more. But just to see who I am, the real Miss Maxineau, that was sexy to him even now.
See, this is my thing. This is what pisses me off about black women, and I'll probably piss some off saying this. They wear the stuff in their hair, the purple and the orange and the zigzag and the zebra color and the blonde, and it's 20 inches, it's 30 inches, and they damn near tripping over it. Now, as they are in pursuit of, or when they're being pursued by black men, they wear this yaki, right? But as soon as they start dating white men, they stop wearing the yaki. Now, what is that all about? Now, if you can wear the yaki, if you're wearing yaki for the brothers, why are you not wearing the yaki for the Caucasoids? I need to ask a woman that, and I'm glad I got you here, Miss Max.
Wow.
Why do you think that is?
So you're asking a question like they'll wear the weaves or the add-on for the brothers, but when it comes to the white man, they will not wear for them.
Yeah, they'll cut it right out. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Let me tell you something. 9 times out of
that, but I thought it was like maybe because they're white, they want to lean towards the Eurocentric, standards. And the white man will love me because I got this long, straight hair in my hair.
You would think that, right?
Yeah.
If you're dating a white man, you would leave in the 20-inch yak.
Right.
But they don't do that. 9 times out of 10, okay? If a black woman is dating a white man or married to a white man, she is wearing her natural hair. Maybe not all of them, but I guarantee you somewhere in the high 80s, low 90%, they're wearing their natural hair if they have a white man. Now, what do you think is behind that? And I'm going to hit you with another question too after this, but what do you think is behind that?
That is an interesting question. I wonder if it has to do with like how bad men downplayed women, of again how society have this standard of that woman looks beautiful with the weaves, and that's what the black man is accepted to, where the white man, he maybe don't come out as loud with his mouth, or maybe he's just quiet. I'm not really sure of that, but that is a tough question for me to answer right now, because I haven't heard that point.
Okay. Well, think on it for a while,
Definitely, think on it.
and email me the
I like the question.
Now here's another one. I'm a piggyback off of that. This is something else I've noticed. And see, I've been in media for a few years, so I've seen the befores and afters, with the white man, without the white man, and all that kind of stuff. Now, that same black woman who stopped wearing weaves, right, for the white men. Now, when they get away from the white man, or the white man dumps them, whatever the case may be, not only do they go back to wearing the weave again, now they become super pro-black. I've noticed that too. Now, these same women, before they start dating the white men, they gave the usual line of, black men ain't this, black men ain't that, black men ain't shit, whatever the case may be. Now they'll say that, start dating white men, get rid of the yacky. Now, when the white man dumps them and they think they can't get no more white men, they'll go back to wearing the weave. And then not only do they go back to wearing the weave, they are like the blackest women ever.
Black power.
Black power.
Right.
Now, do you think that the hair itself is behind that? Do you think that is hair power with women? I guess that's what I'm asking. Is hair power and or lack thereof of power, depending on what the situation is, depending on who they're dating, depending on what they're trying to do? Is hair power?
Of course, it is a power. It's a statement. It reflects the characteristics of you. So to try to answer that question about when a white woman no longer wants to wear the weave, and then when the white man decide to, let her go, and then she gets black power type attitude. I wonder within how the relationship is within the black man and the white man. Is it because the black man is a little bit more accepting her, as compared to the black man is not so much finding her to be beautiful based on the weaves and the braids that he normally sees growing up as a male? So I wonder if that has to do with some type of, I love you, I appreciate you. Maybe she's hearing the words from him more and more, as compared to the black man saying, okay, we ain't gonna get your hair done. So it depends what's going on within that relationship.
So it's probably not wise for a woman who's wearing her natural hair. All right, let me rephrase the question. If she's wearing her natural hair, should she just have a comb? Because I know when I had, my hair was short, I wear dreads now, but when my hair was, just like regular length, I combed it. So should a woman just comb it, pick it? Should she, what should be going on when you have, natural hair? I guess it depends on the length, right? But you can explain better than me.
Okay, sure. Yeah, first it starts with the texture, whether it's soft or woolly or coily, and also with the length, if it's really short or long, because the longer the hair grows, there are increased challenges just to keep it capped without becoming so much of a breakage, because it grows and the ends just want to tangle and not easily. So it depends how the length and the texture of the hair. So I don't feel that a woman, we're not back in the 1960s where it was like that big black movement was, when they wear afros as a statement you know, more like rebellious to come back like, I'm Black, I don't want to embrace the white look hair anymore, I want to be me. You know, where fast forward in the modern day is not really Black power rebellious attitude, is more like, this is who I am, I want to get to know my hair, it's part of me, I love me, I want to embrace me because I'm natural. So it's like going back to your root, it's like identifying yourself that you lost, again, that connection with. So to have picking your hair all the time, that's not really
the one with the fist on it,
right. One
stuck
with
in
the
the
fist
back.
up. That's not needed. That is not needed. That's not back in the 1960s where they're doing that strong Black movement, you know, leading up to the civil rights, because Black people was trying to embrace who they are, you know, politically wise, and they had a rebellious stigma to it, you know, because they want to isolate themselves from the white man views, the hair. So out comes the relaxer, here comes the afro. I'm Black, and this is who I am. The nose, the cheeks, the lips, the mouth, the eyes, the everything, my color. I'm Black, down to my hair too. So yeah, we're no longer back in the 60s where, again, is that strong of a statement. So we don't need that fist in that pic anymore. We just need to embrace ourselves. We're our canvases. Our hair is part of our body. It's beautiful to us. Again, it just goes back to how you're going to care for it, using products that works for you. And if you choose to wear your hair in an afro, that's fine. But just remember, keep it the way you like it and it's presentable to you, not based on how society want to judge you. And even with the afro, you can manipulate it and you can curl and make it look curly as well too, without putting any Jerry curls in it. You don't need Jerry curls. Just wear it natural and use products that best fit for your hair type and hair needs.
Yeah, because that's what we're talking about for the most part. If Black women, if most Black women, unless they're mixed with something, you know, like they're mixed with like Hispanic or Indian or something like that. I mean, most Black women, if they're wearing their hair natural, you're talking about an afro. For it's going to be an afro, right? Unless they got it like braided or dreadlock, you're talking about afros. They're going to have an afro.
Right.
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 So I think it would be nice to see a bunch of Black women walking around with afros. I would really like that, because I like with my lady with her afro. Yeah. I mean, that would really be something.
Awesome. Yes, that would be wonderful, because again, hair is hair. Like I said, embrace it how it looks well on you. Embrace it. Don't put anything in it. Don't get away from the chemicals. I mean, because all they're going to do is try to damage your hair. But even if your hair is natural, it's still susceptible to damage if you don't know how to properly care for it. There are techniques, there are strategies, but you got to find those within those strategies, you have to know how to use them so you can maintain your hair so it doesn't fall and break. Like, again, like moisture, like it's called an LOC, the lock method, the liquid, the oil, the cream, the butter, the foam. That helps to retain the moisture in your hair, you know? And every now and then go back and just spray it with a little water and put your little oil in there, your butter, to keep it moisturized, and go ahead and do your afro and your twist out and your updos so it can look presentable on your face.
I hope you ladies are listening.
You're beautiful.
I wanna thank you, Miss Maxineau, for popping up on here and spending some time with us tonight. If you could just give the folks one more give one more plug about where to find you and what to do, and how to reach you, reach your blog, and so on and so forth.
Yes, so you can reach me at luminexessentials.com. Again, it's spelled LUM as in Michael, Y as in yellow, N as in nickel, EX, essentials, ESSENTIAL as in Larry S.com. You can find me there. I have a contact page. You can contact me. I do respond promptly to my emails. Also, you can hit me up on Facebook. I have a Facebook group. It's called Keeping It Natural Hair Crew. that is called Keeping It Natural Hair Group on Facebook. So you can contact me there.
There y'all go. Hit Miss Maxineau up so you can stop wearing the yaki and the goat hair and the freaking hyena hair and freaking stuff they get from them trees. I forgot what those trees are called, but they putting that in there too, and they putting it on your head. So thank you, Miss Maxineau. I appreciate you coming by, spending some time with us. You're welcome at the old T.P.O.T YouTube page anytime. And
Thank
get
you.
back to me on that question I asked you, madam.
Yes, I definitely will. That's
All
something
right.
unique I never heard about. And that
All right.
abundance is the opposite.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Email
Love
me
it.
email me the answer.
Okay, I will.
Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it, madam. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Yeah, well, we just got off the horn with Miss Maxineau. I hope you ladies was paying attention. So now we come to the final hour, because this is what I'm going to be doing, y'all. I'm going to be doing, because I come at y'all with new shit all the time. The first hour, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start having the first hour is going to be a guest, and then that second hour is going to be freaking X time, the time to put the kiddies to bed, because it's not going to be suited for young viewers. I want to kind of stay on with what Miss Maxineau was talking about, though, because we have this thing in Black society. It all goes along with texture of hair, color of hair, colorism, too dark, too light, too this, too that. And I'm a true believer that us Black folks, we some of the most prejudiced ass people on this planet, and most of our prejudices aren't against the white man or the Asians or the Hispanics. It's usually against each other. What's good? I Quizzle in the house. It's usually against each other. All right. Let us be clear. We are more prejudiced against each other than we could ever be against people who oppress us, people who get 90% of our damn money, and people who compete with us for jobs and shit like that. So we really need to take an inventory of that kind of stuff, not just hair type, nappy hair, straight hair, not just that stuff. We also need to be taking inventory of, the colorism and what, what we look like. I mean, granted, some of us are really, really awesome looking and some of us are really, really ugly. But in between that is where most of us are, right? Because not most of us are beautiful and not most of us are freaking look like Quasimodo. So that means the rest of us are in between that, right? We're in between that. So for those of us who are in between that, we need to kind of coalesce around shit, man, and kind of be dealing with our commonalities more than, our differences. Because when y'all think about it, we all in the same damn boat. To be honest, we are all in the same damn boat. So at some point, we got to get past all this other nonsense. Now, mind you, I think that women who wear wigs and weaves and whatnot, I mean, that's them if that's what they want to do. But one thing I don't like is when a woman who wears weave and wigs and fake eyelashes and all that kind of nonsense, she's got all these fake hair products on her, but she's always talking about how she likes real men. Now, you can't say you like a real man when you wearing a freaking a goat's ass on your hair, on your head, and you're wearing a synthetic crap on your eyes. All right. I mean, you can't talk about real men when you're saying that kind of stuff. All right. Now, if you're a woman who goes natural, wear her own eyelashes, wear her own hair, you are well within your right to talk about real things, because you are being real with yourself. You're being real with yourself. You can't have all this old fake crap on, fake hair, fake eyelashes, freaking fake contacts, and also kind of nonsense, and talking about how somebody else needs to be real. That just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. Because I couldn't be talking about women need to be real if I'm wearing a damn toupee and got my face masked to look like I'm 5 or 6 shades lighter, or it just doesn't make any sense, y'all. And we as Black people, we do that a lot, man, and we have to stop doing it. We really do. I mean, because we make ourselves look foolish. And we don't just make ourselves look foolish to each other, man. We make ourselves look foolish to other people too. All right. We make ourselves look foolish to other people too. So we need to stop doing it, man. We need to stop doing the shit. I mean it. We do, because at some point in time, man, there's going to come a time where we're going to be looked at as other, more so than we do now. All right. Because the way the world is changing now, as the world changes, things always change for us. All right. The old saying, when white people get a cold, Black people get the flu. When the world changes, we often feel those changes. All right. We often feel those changes. So for us to let things like hair color, skin color, and crap like that divide us and make us feel like we're better than or less than, for that matter, than someone within our own racial society is just stupid to me. I mean, maybe I'm dreaming here. Maybe I'm one of those people who will say, who can say that Black people, it sounds like a cliche, but we need to be getting along better. Yeah, we need to be getting along better, man. And as far as our women go, if our women, and I'm going to tell y'all something that a good friend of mine would say to me all the time. And you may know this friend. Her name is Sister Scheherazade Ali. And one thing that Sister Ali told me all the time, she would say, she would say, Black society is never going to get right until our women get in order. Now, I know y'all women might be mad at me because I said that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So if we have our women, if our women don't like themselves, right? They don't like themselves. They don't like their hair texture. They don't like their hair color. They don't like their eyelashes. They don't like the way they look. They don't like their eye color. What are they passing down to the children that they are raising? Think about that. Think about that. Especially you women who wear the blonde yaki and the red yaki and the blue yaki and all that kind of nonsense. What do you think your daughters are thinking when she's got this afro and these pigtails and the whatever you're doing to her hair, and she look at your hair and her hair does not look like yours? What is that saying to that child? What's that saying to her? When mom walking around flipping her hair like she's freaking Kathy Ireland or freaking Brooke Shields or some damn body, and the child has this kinky Black hair. What message is that sending to that child? What message is it sending to your son when he sees mom walking around freaking flipping her hair like damn she's Farrah Fawcett or some damn body, or damn she's walking around flipping her hair, like she's goddamn Brooke Shields or somebody? What does that say to the son? Do you not think that sends a mixed message to your sons as well? Forget the self-esteem factor with your daughters because you're walking around flipping your damn hair like you're Kathy Ireland. She has this tight curly, packed wool type hair, and your son, he sees mom flipping her hair around like Brooke Shields, what message does that send to him? Does that make it so this is what he seeks out? This is what his standard of beauty is? So, I mean, like Miss Maxineau was saying earlier tonight, she said that women have a lot of power in their hair. She says that their hair have a lot of power. So when you putting that 20-inch blonde crap in your hair, what are you saying to your children? All right. And I say this, and I'm talking specifically to the women. Why? Because y'all spend upwards of $10 billion a year on hair, weave, wig. That's right, $10 billion worth. And I want y'all to ask yourself, do y'all think the $10 billion is worth it because the messages that it's sending to your daughters? I know it's sending some degree of messages to your sons as well, but the messages that it's sending to your daughters. And some of you have just went off the ship because I've seen photographs and videos of little baby girls 4 and 5 years old with that mess twisted up in their damn head. Y'all done made it so y'all will have her wearing that for the next 13 years. And when she get to be 18, she won't have no choice but to wear it now because she got freaking bald spots going on up there. And I've seen it all before because, see, my lady does hair. My lady's a cosmetologist. She's been doing hair for like 30 years. And I've seen people come up into my lady's shop with the straight skinner ball because they've been just wearing weaves all their life. I mean, straight freaking like this. Scalp look like this, okay? From the glue and the twisting and the weaves and the threading and all that. So if you are a person, if you are a woman who wears that in your hair, at least give your daughters the opportunity to make the choice of whether or not they want it in theirs. Because if you putting it in their damn head from the time they 5, by the time they get to be 16, they ain't gonna have no choice but to wear it then, because they're gonna have their hair is gonna look like my hand right here. So now they don't have no choice. So at least give the children a choice. Because I've seen many of pictures, man, of little babies, man, 4 and 5 years old, man, they got that mess hanging 20 inches down off them children, man. Don't make no sense. Shoot, if your asses wasn't so lazy, see, now I'm about to really tell you something. If your asses wasn't so lazy and was willing to do the child's hair every day, you wouldn't have to put that crap in her damn hair. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all a story, right? Not to get too far off the topic, but I'm going to tell y'all a story. When I was younger, right, and I was with my kid's mother, right, I had 2 daughters, right? My kid's mother was going to school, and where we lived, she had to leave the house at like 5:45 in the morning, right? She left at 5:45 in the morning. Me, I worked at night, as we would cross each other coming in, right? And we had 2 daughters and 2 sons. And I was a young guy. I couldn't have been no more than, 26 at the time. And my 2 daughters, not only would I do their hair in the morning. Now, mind you, only know like 3 styles, so sometimes they would be crying. They'd be like, oh, we don't want to wear this hairstyle, because I give them the choice. I give them the choice of the ponytail pulled to the back, the 2 braids on the side, or the two Pippi Longstocking joints coming from each side. But every morning I did my daughter's hair before they went to school. Every freaking morning. And I'm a man. So you lazy ass women can get your ass up in the morning and do your daughter's hair. You can get up off the couch, get up off of Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and do her hair at night. Because one thing that bothers me about us is, man, we got a bunch of lazy people amongst our ranks. And we do not want to do the things we need to do to make our lives right. And a lot of times we don't want to do the things to make our children's lives right, so they can have self-esteem, so they can have ego, so they can have integrity, so they can have courage, so they can have desire and ambition. So, because what does it tell your child if you look at your child and say, I don't want to do her damn hair. I don't want to do your hair, your nappy ass hair. What do you think that says to the kid? What does that say to the kid if you're doing that? What does that say? Every day she goes to school after hearing that from mom at the house, as mom flips her blonde yaki back like damn Kathy Ireland. Come on. Not only is it a mixed message, it's a mixed up message. All right. And the brothers, because us brothers, see, the thing with us brothers, what makes us different from the brothers, what makes us different from you ladies, is that when we're in our daughters' lives, we don't tolerate that shit. Because I know when my babies were small, I wish their mama would have put that shit in their hair. I wish she would have. Yeah, I wish she would have. There was nowhere in the hell she was putting that in my baby's hair. I don't care what she wore in hers. She better not had put that in my baby's hair. And 9 times out of 10, when the brother's around, the brother don't let that go down like that. They don't let it go down like that. Because, see, we want to strengthen our children. We want to guide our children. We want to teach our children. We want to teach them honor, respect, dignity, integrity. That's what we want to do as men. But a lot of times, women, especially when it comes to these little girls and this weave shit in their hair when they're like 4 years old. I mean, you can do what you want. It's your child. But let it be known that X thinks it's wrong. X thinks it's stupid. And X thinks you're destroying, not only probably destroying that child's scalp, you're destroying that child's self-esteem. You're destroying that child's self-image. You're destroying that child's self-confidence by putting that blonde shit in her hair when she's only 5 years old. All right? That's just what I think. I mean, you can say what you want to say. You can write me. You can send me hate mail. You can do whatever you want to do. But if you're one of those people that I'm talking to, understand what you're doing. All right? All you're going to do is make it so she don't have no choice but to wear it by the time she's 19, because you've been sticking the glue and sticking the needles and yanking it out. And when you take it out, you probably don't take it out right. If you leave it in there the way you leave yours, I've seen the videos of y'all with y'all weave. Y'all done had it on for like 9 months and it got gray and green and brown mold underneath it. You know it smell like you know it smell like feet and farts fighting at the same time. So, I mean, if you're doing that to yours, if you're leaving yours in for 9 and 10 months and it's stinking like hell, you're probably doing the same thing to the kid, I'm sure. I'm sure you're not changing hers every so often at different increments of time, but leaving yours in for like 10 months. So, not only do you have that factor, you have the fact that you wear it so damn long that it just stinks all to be damn. And you brothers and your brothers that's climbing on top of these women with this crap in their head for like 10 months. You don't smell that shit? You don't smell it. You don't smell her hair smelling like an old gym towel that been left in a warm, dark box. Smell like it's been left in a wet gym towel that's been left in a warm, dark box for a week. All right? All right. So you brothers that's climbing on top of these women, you need to be putting the bug in their ear and saying, hey, girl, this here ain't going to happen because this here weave you got on stinks like I'll be damn. Quit climbing on top of these people. You know something the master teacher told me? You know what the master teacher told me a while back when he was up on here? He said that the reason why our women do what they do as far as their hair and stuff like that, because we as brothers, we have the lowest damn standards of any damn men. And you know what? I agree with him. If we stop accepting women with funky weaves, guess what? Maybe they'll stop wearing funky ass weaves. If we stop accepting women who wear orange hair and purple hair and lime green hair and hair with that look like the damn Dominican flag, if we stop accepting that, maybe women will stop doing it. So, brothers, we got to take a little bit of the blame for some of this shit that's happening. Why? Because we accept it. We say, come on to us with your lime green and your pink and polka dot freaking hair. Come on to us with your weave that you've been wearing for 9 months and it got bugs crawling in it and it smell like an old molded gym towel. Come on to us with that. See, we have to stop it. Like I told Miss Maxineau earlier, we need to start a movement, y'all. We need to start a movement where we say, hey, look, we want our women to wear their own hair. If you want your hair long, ladies, all you got to do is lock it up. If you want it to hang, you want to be able to flip it, you know, you addicted to that Brooke Shields thing where you flip it back and do all of that. All you got to do is lock it up. Locks can flip. Yeah, they can be flipped too. Yeah, they can be flipped. I mean, I go into fast food restaurants, you know, when I'm out on the road. And down here, for some reason, they just refuse to make the women in there wear like hairnets. So when you go into a restaurant or a fast food place, wherever you go, you got these women walking around with 25 inches of this mess hanging off their head. And the whole time they flipping it and patting it, flip to pat, flip to pat. They do that like every 10 seconds or so. And then right after they do that, they dig right in there and serve your food. Now, you know, every time you order something from one of these restaurants, you're probably ingesting about a half a pound of yaki or Remy or whatever the hell it is, synthetic, whatever you want to call it. You're probably getting that on your hamburger, your pizza, your donut, your hero, whatever you make it. I'm just saying, because I know when I go into these places, this is what you see, especially down here, because they don't make them wear hair nets. So they just got it hanging off the back of their head. They're flipping it around like, you know, like they Farrah Fawcett, and they patting it, and it's all over the place, okay? It's all over the place. So you can't tell me that that stuff ain't flying in your hamburger, that it ain't flying in your salad, that it ain't flying on your slice of pizza. You cannot tell me that that's not happening. It has to be happening. Then they got the dyes in it and the conditioner and all the other crap in it. So that stuff's going in your food. So the next time you go somewhere and you eat something and it make you feel funny, you might have just digested some yaki with some dye on it and some conditioner and some whatever else they put on. You might have ingested some of that. All right? Let's keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. But I think I'm gonna put the link in the chat just in case y'all want to comment on this here subject. Let me see if it's gonna work tonight. That is. I'll put the link in the chat. We could chop it up a little bit if y'all want to. If you feel the need to chop it up. Boom. There's that. So if you want to get on here and chop it up a little bit and talk about this here subject, feel free to join in. If not, I'll just stay up here and run my damn mouth. Yeah, and while I'm at it, I will put the old link to the Streamlabs up in there, just in case y'all are feeling generous with a little bit of your money. You know, if you're feeling generous, there's the Streamlab. Just hit that link right there and donate any increment of money between $1 and 1 million. It will all be greatly accepted. You know, you donate 1 million, you will win a prize. I guarantee you will win a prize if you donate $1 million. You donate 1 million, you win a prize. And also, here's the old PayPal link. If you are prejudiced against Streamlabs. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. Yeah, I got you. I got you, Brother Faulkner. I don't even know why I be bothering to do this. So I be knowing the link don't be working. Anybody else? I might have to email you the link too, because you know it don't be working. It don't be working in the chat for some reason. I don't know why that is. I guess it's the ghetto ghost within the system. You know, it's the ghetto ghost within the system. That's what's going on. Yeah, I did. I just sent you the link, Brother Faulkner. But yeah, man, I mean, that's a serious thing, man. I mean, we gotta get past this stuff, man. And the women with these hair, man, I mean, y'all have no idea, man, what damage y'all are doing, man, to those little girls, man. You have no idea the damage you're doing to those children. You know, walking around with that blonde mess in your head, and she got this kinky black stuff. And you don't have to be saying it. You don't have to be saying it, because you got to remember, man, children have a tendency to live, you know, they have a tendency to live what they learn, you know, and they see more than we think they see. All right. And a lot of times I always ask the question, man, what's wrong with our children? What's wrong with our children is us. All right. What's wrong with our children, y'all, is us. That's what's wrong with them. Okay. We can blame it on music and TV and Jay-Z and Lil Wayne and everybody else all we want. But in reality, they didn't come from Jay-Z and Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj. They didn't jump out the PlayStation. They didn't jump out a rap video. All right. They jumped out of us. All right. That's where they jumped out of. So we are the causes of a lot of the shit, man, that we see, and we don't even realize it. We are. I mean, we're role models to our children when we're not even thinking that we're being role models, because they watch the shit that we do, especially when they're small. When they're small, they watching the shit that we do, and they do a lot of mimicking of us. All right. They do a lot of mimicking of us. So we got to be careful about what we show them when they little, because we got to be careful about what they're mimicking. Let me say that again. We got to be careful about what we're showing them, because we have to be careful about what they're mimicking. All right. We have to keep that stuff in mind, man. I know a lot of times, you know, we too busy to think about that stuff because, you know, we too busy on Snapchat and Facebook and Instagram and, you know, all that kind of nonsense. Yeah, we're too busy doing that. So what we need to do is peel ourselves away from all of that mess, you know, for some moments and pay attention to what's going on with the little ones, right? Because eventually the little ones will become big ones. And how you do and what you show them while they're little ones is definitely going to have an effect on them as they become bigger ones. And anyone who doesn't know that is just stupid. All right. You're just stupid if you don't know that. All right. You're just stupid. You get mad at me. I don't care. But you know, X speaks the truth. So if you want to have an impact on the little ones that you raise, you're going to have to watch the things that you do. I mean, there's no sidestepping around that. You're going to have to watch the things that you do. That's the only way you're going to have a major impact on that. If you just live your life willy-nilly and do any and everything without no control and no conscience, what do you think they're going to do? How do you think they're going to look at themselves? Think about that. And I know I talk about this stuff a lot. And I'm going to keep talking about it until I think your black ass has got it. All right. I'm going to keep talking about it because it needs to be talked about. All right. Because we spend a lot of time talking about BS on media. All right. We spend a lot of time on media talking about BS. All right. We need to start talking about some more concrete things. We need to start talking about. Okay. I will email you the link too. So what's going on? I guess y'all can't get it out of the chat, I'm guessing, because that's usually the problem. It's usually the damn problem. Because for some reason, the ghetto ghost won't let me pull it out of the chat. For some reason, it won't let me do it. Okay, what the hell's going on here now? What's going on here? Now we having damn technical difficulties here for some reason. Well, we having damn technical difficulties going on here. Brother
Hey,
Faulkner.
what's up, brother X?
What's good, man?
Not much, not much. Still healing. Still healing. How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I was the reason why I wanted to talk about this particular topic tonight is because, you know, I just feel like this stuff has a lot of effect on kids, man. We have no idea. No.
It was funny. Well, I was listening to the cast that you were saying, and my nephew, who's 25, he was saying that, you know, his mother used to say the same similar shit to him. And I was telling him a while ago how a lot of the colorism and a lot of hatred towards their hair starts with the moms. I'm not trying to shit on black women because, you know, us as men, we don't really care as long as you're healthy. And if you look, when it comes to women, a lot of us, if you look good to us, we fine with that. Whether if you're light, dark, or in between.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of this, when you deal with the hair, and statistically, what is it about 87 to 90% of the teachers in America, what white women?
Mm-hmm.
Your teacher and majority of the students you go to school with and a lot in this country are white, and your
Mm-hmm.
child comes home to their mother and she's wearing hair like the white woman, what does that do to your confidence?
Mm-hmm. Because
And
these children have been around, they go to school, like you said, they go to school and they've been around all these white women all day long. Then they come home and mom got the same kind of hair as all the white teachers. So
yeah,
I think that breaks a child's mentality down, man, to a degree, man. It has
yeah,
to.
it's it's sad because I hear it all the time from a lot of ladies when they're told by their mothers, "Oh, your hair too damn nappy,"
Mm-hmm.
and they don't take the time. Even a lady I dated with her son, she always wants to get her son hair cut low. I'm like, why don't you take time to brush the goddamn thing?
I don't believe, like I said earlier, I don't believe that the children's hair is just too nappy. I think they black ass is just too lazy.
And that's what it is. Like I told her, I said, why is it that you could take the time out to brush to do your hair, which takes damn near hours,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't take 10 to 15 minutes to brush a little boy's hair? Well, he needs to brush his. He's 9. He's about 10. What 10-year-old boy is going to remember to do that all the
Exactly.
time? I said,
Exactly.
be the parent. Stop being lazy.
Exactly, man. That's what I think a lot of it is, man. I think that a lot of that shit comes from the extra effort as a parent. I don't even think it's a social issue or anything like that. I think it's a lot to do with the extra step in trying and being a parent. Because like I told a story earlier, man, I used to do my girl's hair in the morning myself because their mother was like going to school. So I would have to brush it, wet the brush and put the grease on it and pull it back. Now, of course, I only knew like 2 styles. So they went to school with, I give them the choice, which style you want today. But, I took the time and I would brush their hair back and, put the little ponytail on it and put the little barrettes and all that shit on there. I would do that myself. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't tell me that you can't get your behind up and do your daughter's hair. I ain't trying to hear.
Exactly.
I ain't trying to hear that mess, man.
Exactly. My son has very coarse hair. Never called it nappy. Never did. He wants a high top fade. For some reason, these kids love the early '90s.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a little midget kid in play, and I gotta pick it out every morning. Put the
Mm-hmm.
grease, put the olive oil, make sure that his hair grows healthy. And I'm just saying, when when you're destroying the subconscious image of a child, it starts with the first teachings in the home. When that child goes out there and confident, that's why when the first thing you see when two black women get in a physical a confrontation, what's the first thing they go for is their hair.
Yep.
Because they want to humiliate. They feel as though if their hair, and it's the fake hair at that, it, when you see it on Instagram and they got their new weave in, they're throwing it back like they're fucking Farrah Fawcett or some shit,
Mm-hmm.
throwing it back, swinging it, and I'm just like, you don't feel as though you're beautiful with your natural state, but you're the same
Exactly.
person who says, "I want a real man."
Exactly.
But you got
Exactly.
fake eyelashes, fake hair, fake booty, fake breasts, fake ass attitude. And I'm like, come on now. And I believe cold heartedly when you're comfortable being yourself, that's when you're at your happiness. Excuse
Mm-hmm.
me, happiest. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what I think a lot of the psychological profiles of our women is so skewed because they're trying to live up the standards that they cannot possibly reach instead of setting the bar for themselves.
Exactly. Exactly.
The same lady I told you about, she showed me a picture of her in her natural hair. She looks 100 times more beautiful. It was eye dropping. It
Mm.
was dropping. I was like, why the hell do you wear this shit? Well, it's easier. I said, what the hell is easier than something you naturally grow?
Exactly.
I said, you look better. Well, I just wish. I said, that's the like. Oh my god! I'm just like, it's one of those things where you just like. I've said this to women. I said, first of all, y'all don't dress to impress us. Y'all dress to compete with each other.
Exactly.
Because if y'all actually listen to what men like, you wouldn't have a problem getting a man. You wouldn't have a problem getting married. You wouldn't have all these psychological issues if you actually listen to what your men like. And I've told women all the time, like, you're beautiful just the way you are. And
Mhm.
it's not even comparing a light skin, dark skin. I'm insulted when I say, oh, when I heard the term, you're pretty for a dark skin girl. No, you're just beautiful.
Mhm.
Beauty has no bounds. But when you look at the women, and if the women actually heard men say, look, we love it when you have that natural fro or that where we could touch your natural hair and it's like beautiful to us. But
Yep.
they don't believe it for some odd reason.
Of course not. They believe it when the white man say it though. When
Of
the
course.
white man say it now. That's what I was telling Miss Maxineau earlier. I said, as soon as they get the white man, out goes the weave goes in the garbage, and now they rocking the natural hair, they rocking the afro and all. See, you know what it is? I'm gonna tell you what I think it is. The reason why they get rid of the weave, and you would think it would be antithetical because they with a white man, so they would keep the blonde yak because they with the white man. You know, you would think they keep the blonde yak in their shit. But the reason why they cut it out and get rid of it is because, see, the white man tells them, hey, look, I don't want no fake ass woman. The white man says it because you know what the white man says is the gospel. Yeah, that's gospel. So if the white man say, hey, look, girl, I don't want no woman with fake hair. They get right in that mirror and commence to chopping. Yeah, they commence to chopping. Okay, they won't wear fake anything when they with the white man. A lot of them won't even wear fake eyelashes, fake nails. They won't wear none of that stuff. I
Well,
know. I see them. I live in a place that's like this.
and
Where
they're
I live at
and,
is
and tell me if they're
60%
not so
white.
docile.
What? What? Let me tell you something. Like I said, I live in a place where the population is like 60% white, right? Everything else is black, Asian, and Hispanic. And I see black women with white men. They all sound like they're from Simi Valley.
Like Valley Girl.
Yes, the way they move is different. The way they carry themselves is different. But you know, they have to be like that because, see, like I said earlier, see, we as black men, see, we put up with a lot of BS. We put up with the belligerence. We put up with the arrogance. We put up with the combativeness. We put up with the volatility. We put up with all the fake hair, fake eyelashes, and all that kind of crap. We put up with all that kind of crap. Why? Because our black ass mama was the same way. She was combative. She was loud. She was mean. She was yelling. She was doing all that. So when a woman come to us with the volatile attitude and the big old freaking 20 pounds of hair on her head that's 50 colors, you know, we think it's normal. Yeah, we think that's normal. We think that's totally normal. See,
Can I break it down for you, Brother X?
Yeah.
Let me break it down for you. I said this on BGS's platform. One lady gave me a little flack, but even a lady such as Miss Nisha Tates and Classic Ruby and Cats even said it was true. And I love those ladies. That's why I love it when you have those unicorns. And I said it this: black men are the garbage men of the dating pool.
Mm-hmm.
Shit that no other man on earth will take.
Mm-hmm.
Because number one, we're socialized to it. Number two, we think it's normal. Number three, if we didn't like your asses and actually seeing how other how other women treat men, we wouldn't be there. We really didn't like black women, so like some black women actually believe, we wouldn't deal with you because we would go to the path of least resistance.
Exactly.
And when you have that low self esteem, which I'm really thinking is what it is, a subconscious level. So when you take that that behavior, it's almost like Stockholm syndrome. Like you sympathize with the person oppressing you. You sympathize with them, and you're getting all this belligerence. But as soon as she gets with a white man, she's docile. That's why I said that strong black woman shit is a facade, because you know when to temper that shit. when you want to get a certain type of man.
Yeah.
And if black men actually had a standard, oh my God.
Yeah. A lot of us, if a lot of us didn't, a lot of us, we have this thing, like I said, we're used to that kind of stuff, man, you know, because our mother was like that, our sister was like that, our D's like that, you know. So when women act like that around us, we're used to it, man. We're used to that stuff, man. I mean, see, the white man ain't used to that. See, because see what the white man will do if they go to acting crazy is give them the Omarosa treatment. You see what happened to Omarosa, right?
Threw her ass out like Uncle Phil did Jazzy Jeff.
Right on her face, even though she knew Donald Trump longer than most of the people that are in that administration. But once she came in there with that crazy black woman stuff, they showed her black ass the door.
You
right?
see where the power holds.
Yeah, they showed the door. So you know they have to act a certain way to be around white daddy now. You want to be around white daddy, you better act a certain way.
Exactly. But they feel as though, a lot of them feel as though that black men are only, you know, exclusive to black women. Like, you have to date us. That's why they treat it. You ever seen how a cat will take a string and it's like slightly out their reach and they'll keep grabbing for it? They treat us like the whole ball of yarn. Once they got the ball of yarn, they'll sniff around us for a little bit and they'll walk off.
Yep.
They think we're the ball of yarn. They look at white men as the string.
Yep. This is what bothers me more than anything else. I mean, I don't care. I mean, you can be with whoever the hell you want to be with. I know me. I never, when I was a younger guy, I dated all kinds of women when I was a younger guy. White women, Hispanic women, you know, I dated all kinds of dudes when I was a younger guy. But I knew when I got older and started to have children and stuff like that, I knew it would be with a black woman. I mean, I had already had that established in my mind. So, I mean, I don't care. People can be with whoever hell they want to be with. But don't sit up here and tell me that black men ain't this and black men ain't that. Okay, while you acting all volatile, combative, belligerent, loud, explosive, and then as soon as you get on the arm of a white man, you're this docile, demure, submissive. I mean, to me, that's just ridiculous. Because see, if you acted like that with black men, how would it be? Okay, if you came off with that same docile, demure, laid back kind of thing that you give white daddy. You know, if you gave what black men aren't worthy of that, is that what it is? Black men, we are not worthy of that, but the white man is now. Yeah, that's white man. Because see, they have a tendency to deify white men. See, the white man is deified. See, we're not. See, they look at the white man as God and look at us as the devil. See, when they get with the white man, they have to worship him. Us, they just kind of have to deal with us and keep us at bay. And I think that that's a serious issue. And I think the fact that, because like Miss Maxineau said, she said that hair is power. And I think that as long as they have all that mess running off their head, they feel a little more powerful, not only as far as themselves, but as far as men are concerned. And when they get with the white man, they get rid of it because they are relinquishing said power.
It's like they always said, Brother X, a man's glory is usually found within his woman. Because your woman is the statement of what you say to the world, what you love and what you believe and what you raising your family to be.
Exactly.
A woman's glory is in her hair. And it's deep. It's a lot deeper than what people think. If you shaved off a woman, it takes a lot of strength for a woman to shave off her hair completely and still feel as though she's beautiful. So when you're giving women this white yucky hair that they will break into stores. I remember seeing it when we had the riots in Baltimore. A whole bunch of women breaking into stores just to get this fake hair. That's how fucking you will risk jail time It sounds stupid. You appreciate because you're so you have this ethnocentristic view of yourself of being inferior when you don't even realize you're the original copy, often imitated, not quite duplicated.
Mm-hmm.
But you would
Afro-Pens, man. They want to be
exactly.
Afro-Pens, Negro-Pens and shit.
You know,
The Negro.
look black, think white, want green.
Negro-Pens, you know. What's
And
up?
and
What's up, Lady Nisha? What's going on? I see you down there.
hey, pretty lady.
Hey, you guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm just walking down the street and someone decides to lock their car
Mm.
because apparently I'm black and I want to steal their shit out their fucking car. Because we're all thieves, right?
Yeah.
Look like
hmm Right, I got on a hoodie and shit. Whatever. But, anyways, I laughed it off because it's typical out here. Nothing I haven't experienced before. But um, I live in an area that's like 90 something percent white.
Mm-hmm.
And it's swirlers everywhere, right? Black men with white women with black men, blah, blah, blah. Same bullshit. The excuses is black women have attitudes, that's why they get other races. The typical bullshit, right? But a lot of the men that I see say that they don't like black women with natural hair. But they like the weaves, they like the straight hair, blah, blah, blah. But if a black woman has the weaves and she wants to be white because she don't want her blackness and she don't want herself. But they don't like black women with natural hair at the same time. So it's kind of confusing. Like, what do you want us to do? What do you want us to wear? But these same men tend to hate themselves, their blackness, their skin color, their own sisters. It's like a lose for lose.
Well, I think and I've talked about this before. I think that there's so much resentment in black society. Especially when you think about the segment of black society who are raised without fathers. I think that a lot of us as we grow with this resentment. We resent our mothers. We resent that our father wasn't around. We resent that no one came in and married our old mama and possibly could have been somewhat of a father. We resent mom because mom couldn't wrangle a husband. We resent mom because mom couldn't let all our brothers and sisters have the same father. You know, I mean, black people, there's so much resentment within us as black people. And I think that as we grow, we carry that resentment as adults because we never confront it. Especially when you talk about people who grow up in like lower socioeconomic environments, people who grow up like in the ghetto and they grew up in a situation like I described. I think they have this resentment against the world. They have the resentment against the neighborhood they grew up in. They have resentment, like I said, against their mom because all our brothers and sisters, we all got different fathers. Our mom didn't take care of us the way she was supposed to, and we never confront it as we grow. So the resentment just festers inside of us. You know, it's like an ulcer. And I think a lot of times we have a tendency, we project that in our actions, in our words, and how we live our lives and everything else, because we grow up with so much resentment, man. We resent so much stuff because of how we grew up. And I think that resentment, it hurts us, it buries us, man. It messes us up because we never grow up and confront it. And I talk about this a lot because, like I said, a lot of us, we grow up, with no fathers. Our father ain't around. We don't know who he is, and then we got 4 and 5 of the brothers. They got 4 and 5 of the fathers. They don't know who their father is. So we all in this house, we're not sharing a father, but we're sharing the experience of lack of a father. So we have resentment towards our mothers. And I believe that if a lot of us, if we were to confront our mothers about some of the stuff, I think it would do us a lot of good. But see, we won't do that. You know why? Because we don't like to indict mom. You know what I'm saying? We don't like to indict mom. Even if we know mom was an old hoe, okay, which a lot of our mothers was. Let's just be real. Our mom's hoed. And we don't want to indict mom because we know indicting mom, we're indicting mom's whoredom. Okay, we're forcing mom to admit to her whoredom when she was younger. And we know mom is never going to come to us and say, oh, I apologize for what happened. I apologize for those days that I had y'all didn't eat for 3 days. I apologize for tracking men in and out the house in front of y'all. I apologize for breaking a baseball bat across your damn back when you was a kid. We know we're never going to hear that from mom. You only hear that kind of stuff from your father. Your father, even if he wasn't in your life, and you go and find him, the first thing he will do is apologize for not being in your life. And even if he was in your life, he will still come to you and he will be like, son, I could have been a better father. I could have fought for you more. I should have did more for you. I should have did this. I should have did that. Men, we actually have some degree of penance to our children. Women have a tendency not to have that. Our mothers usually go to their graves not apologizing for anything. Okay, they never show any penance to the things that they did, no matter how bad the things were, no matter how bad they treated us, no matter how much they neglect us, no matter how many of their boyfriends molested you. They will never come clean. And I think people go through their lives with that inner resentment. And I think it would help a lot if a lot of these mothers would just come clean and just tell the truth to the kids and freaking apologize for it instead of going to her grave, living the damn lie and forcing the child to live the lie too. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a really big proponent of that because I think a lot of times, man, as parents, we have a tendency not to give penance, man, to our children and tell them the truth. We live the damn lie and force them to live it too. And that builds resentment, man. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I agree so much with that. Exactly what you said. Just spoke so true. So many volumes. Because my mom, she never apologized. Take that shit straight to her fucking grave, right? So I'm never, ever going to get that closure. That apology, always wanted. Nothing.
No.
Like all that molestation, she knew. Still, I'm sorry for letting this man in our life. And no, nothing. Now I got to live the rest of my life with that.
Yeah, well, you gotta.
And it sucks.
You gotta.
And it's like, damn, I don't want to. I don't want the cycle to continue.
What happened? What happened to you? What happened to you when you were little? What happened?
There was abused, molestation for years. Tried to tell my mom, but she never believed me. She always took his side, no matter what it was. He was hitting on her. She still kept him around. He was hitting on me. She still kept him around. It was to the point to where she was scared of him. And yet she still kept him around. Like every day, he would talk down to me. You're fat, you're ugly, you're stupid. You're this, you're that. Knowing damn well he's the one who's stupid. He can't spell nothing but I'm being called stupid, fat, ugly, all this other shit on a daily basis. Right? So it got to the point to where I stopped speaking to my mother, literally, because she never took my side. She never wanted to listen on anything. And it's like, you keep me away from my father, and you have this man in the house who morally ain't even a man at that. You know, he abandons his own kids in Texas. You know, he's over here living for you, not wanting to keep a job. If he has a job, he either quits or gets fired. He's eating up all the food in the house. He's lazy as fuck. All this type of shit, but you're okay with that. You're comfortable with that. He's in my room, going through my clothes, like my fucking clothes. Like in my underwear drawer as a fucking kid. Like, why are you going through a child's underwear drawer? Like, he was that disgusting. Like, he would walk in on me when I'm in the bathroom, when I'm changing, in my room, like, not even knock, just walk in, you know? And he did that several times. That shit made me feel hell uncomfortable. So I always made sure to keep clothes on all the time.
Wow. It's
Because
crazy because I've
to me,
heard
I felt that this man was a creep.
times.
And she still kept his ass around. Like, I remember one time he got so mad. He was choking her out. So like her eyes were bulging from her head. And like she was bleeding on her fucking face. And the police came and she lied about the whole thing. And still took him back.
Wow.
And they're like, oh, you're making it up. That never happened. You were young and your mind does this and blah, blah, blah. They're trying to make it seem like I'm crazy. Like I'm the fucking crazy one.
Do you
like,
know
oh,
why?
He didn't do this. He didn't do that. Blah, blah. And they're shaming me into not saying shit.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that is? You know why that is? If these women were to believe the children about someone who is raping them, molesting them, touching them, doing something to them, if they were to believe the children, they would also have to admit to themselves that they picked this rapist, this molester, this person who fondles children. And that's where it all comes from. It all comes from the denial, because see, they are more concerned with keeping their own self-worth intact than they are protecting the children. I've talked about this often because, I mean, unfortunately in Black society, and I think people hate when I talk about this, but I talk about it anyway. Somewhere between 60 and 70% of Black girls are molested by the time they're 12 years old. In the inner cities, it's in the upwards of 80%. That's a lot of young girls, okay? And 9 times out of 10, when something like this happens, when it happens the first time, second time, the child tells their mother. She tells it. She says, hey, look, this guy's doing something to me. He's touching me. He's messing with me. He's doing something. Not only are the children not being believed, the children often are being blamed. Not only are they not being believed,
be blamed
they're
for
being
everything.
blamed for this creep touching them. Because see, mom thinks that it's more important to, number one, have this man around. Number two, preserve her own sense of self-worth, what little she has left. She thinks that's more important than the well-being of the child. And a lot of time, these women, and I'm a truly believer of this, and y'all can get mad at me all you want, I don't care, because it's the truth. I believe that a lot of times these women are letting their daughters be a sacrificial lamb as an incentive for these dudes to stick around, because they're thinking, hey, I got a daughter he's willing to molest, so maybe he'll stay. I truly believe that a lot of these women facilitate this. That's why they let it continue, because they figure, hey, I got a daughter here for him to molest. Maybe that will make him stay. And that's why they don't believe these children. That's why they don't call the police. That's why they don't throw this guy out the damn house, because they are so wrapped up in the perception of themselves. They're so wrapped up in their own self-worth that they're willing to sacrifice their own child, just to keep this dude around, just to not admit that they picked a rapist, just to not admit they went out there and found a pedophile. They went out there and found a child molester, because, see, those dudes would not have access to those little girls unless the mama gave it to them, right?
Yeah.
Mom gave those men access to those girls. And see, that's why I say what I say. If we want in Black society, if we want to be some type of change within Black society, people are going to have to start confronting their moms. I mean, you're going to have to confront mom. You have to. You have to force mom to tell the truth. Now, people don't want to do that because, you know, mom's the golden calf. She can do no wrong besides letting us get molested, half feeding us, and damn near beating us to death. But other than that, mom can't do any wrong. So people do not want to indict mom, but mom needs to be indicted. Why? Because mom did some messed up shit. Yeah, mom did some messed up shit. So mom needs to be confronted. Mom needs to be asked, why did you let this man do this? Why did you do this to me, mom? Mom needs to be confronted, because that's the only way many of us are going to be able to move on. I'm a true believer of that. We carry this resentment, man, for our mothers. A lot of us, a lot of Black men do, and I know a lot of Black girls do. Probably more Black girls do than Black men do, believe it or not. You always hear people say, oh, man, you hate your mother and all this kind of nonsense. But I believe that Black women have way more resentment for their mamas than Black men do, because of the shit that that Black women allow to happen to their daughters. Okay? The shit that they allow happen to their daughters. I think that those women carry a lot of resentment against their mother because of what their moms allowed to happen to them. And I think the only way to get past it is confronting it. If you could just hear your mom say, hey, I apologize for having this creep around you and letting him touch you. You know what that would do to a lot of young girls? What that would do to grown women. If they old mamas was to come to them and say, hey, look, I should have believed you when you said this dude was touching me. I should have believed you when you said he was coming in your room at night. And you know what? It's my fault. I'm sorry that I had this dude around you. Do you know what that would do for people? Huh? Do you know what that would do for people? But it's never going to happen. You know why? Because a lot of us, we're not going to confront mom's ass. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. And you know mom is never coming to you and just doing that herself. She's taking that to the grave. Yeah, she's going to the grave with it. Yeah, she's going to the grave with it. So if you want closure and your mother's still alive, the only way you're going to get it, you got to confront her. But expect her to deny it now like she did 20 years ago, like she did 10 years ago. Because she's going to play the selective memory game now, just like she did back then. But you can't let mom get away with it. And you have to be willing, to put a strain between you and mom's relationship. Why? Because you getting at the truth is more important than you and mom's relationship. And I say that because mom thought that her own pleasure, her own self-worth, her own ability to keep a man around was more important than your well-being at that time. That's just a fact. She thought that was more important. She did. She thought that was more important than you. So now you have to turn the tables on mom and say your well-being is more important than your relationship with mom. Do you understand? That's how it has to be approached. Trust me, it'll work. Confront mom. Confront mom about those dudes that she let molest you. Confront
Well, I
mom
mean,
about
she's
how
dead,
she,
so
yes.
I'm never going to get that.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. But don't feel bad because you're not alone, because a lot of our mothers, I had a mother too. My mother died too, and she went to the grave and never saying sorry for any of the shit she did to us. And my mother did a lot of shit to us. She never, not even on her deathbed, but she was like, I should have been a better mother to you. Nope. Went right on into the deep sleep with that, never showing penance for anything. And unfortunately, that's a thing with us within Black society. We just have that about us. I say this saying, and I know people are going to get mad at me, but I don't care. We all know that Black fathers are the best fathers, hands down, better than Asians, better than white folks, better than Hispanics. We know it. I have the graphs and charts to prove it. You can pull it up on Google if you don't believe me. Black men, when a Black man's in a child's life, he's the best damn father, right? And I say the reason why Black men have to be the best fathers, because a lot of us Black children happen to have the worst of mothers. And let me say that again, because y'all might have not heard it. The reason why Black men have to be the best fathers, because a lot of Black children have the worst of mothers. And that's a fact. That is a fact. And I know y'all may get mad at me because I said it, but I don't care. It's true. It's just true. It's just true. That's why Black men have to be the best fathers, because usually Black children have the worst mothers. I mean, it is what it is. So, but we coming to the end of the show. I appreciate y'all hopping on and shooting the shit with me for a little while.
You know what's funny?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
When I was old enough, I finally got to get in contact with my real father.
Mm-hmm.
And I was 21 at this point in my life. Well, 20 actually. 20 turning 21. And we got in contact. We were talking every day and stuff. And I was telling him all the things that were happening to me, that had happened to me, things like that. And then we finally got to meet in person. Because by this time, I've met him like maybe a handful of times, less than 10 times from birth to 20 years old. And the first thing he said to me was, "I'm sorry."
Mm-hmm. That's men. That's what we
Like,
do.
he apologized,
That's what
He
we
wasn't
do.
in denial about it and things. And I got to have another perspective because all my life before then, I was being fed, "Oh, your father don't love you. He hates you.
Mm-hmm.
If he really cared about you, he would have showed up. He would have been there and this and that and a third." But I never thought like maybe the phone number she's giving me are fake numbers, or she's keeping me away from him on purpose. That's probably why he ain't showing up, or
Mm-hmm.
just all these different type of things because all I was being fed was her side. But like she had hate for him, so she tried to condition me to hate him too.
Of
So I was
course.
like, "Oh, I hate my father. He's never been there. He's a deadbeat dad, blah, blah." Regurgitating the same crap that she was saying because that's her point of view. Now, she got a worse man laying in her bed, but she idolizes him over my father. And now that I get to know my father, I get to talk to him about things.
Yeah,
I
because
got some healing. I
your
got to be able
father,
to forgive him, to know his side of the story. He gets to hear me. We get to have that bond.
Well, let me tell you about men. This is the thing with men, because I have kids too, and I was out of my kids' life for a while. And every time I see my kids now, because they're all adults now, but every time I talk to them now, I'm always telling them how I should have been a better father for you. I should have did this, and they're like, "Oh, Dad, you were fine," but that's their mind. I know what I think, and the thing is with men, we are willing to not only apologize to you, but we think you knowing the truth is more important than what you think of us. Do you understand? We feel that you, as our offspring, knowing the truth is worth way more than what you think of us. We will take you hating us if we can allow you to know the truth. Because, see, we're willing to put what you think about us on the line just to tell you the truth. See, with women, it's the opposite. Okay, they're willing to put you on the damn line just so you can have a certain perception. I'm telling you, put you on the line just so.
I know, I'm laughing because
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah, they put their own self-worth or the perception of their own self-worth before your well-being. They put that before the truth because, see, the truth doesn't matter as much to them as their own sense of self-worth. That's why they will go to the grave never copying to what they allow to happen to you. They will not. I say it all the time. I know, like I said, my mother died in 2014, and my mom went to the grave, and my mom did a lot of stuff to me, boy, a lot of stuff. You think she ever said, "Look, son, I should have did this, I should have done that, I should have." But my old man was always talking about, "Oh, I should have raised you better. Oh, I should have did this. Oh, I should have been," And I had a hell of a father. I mean, my father was, he was a man's man, and he still would say, "Oh, I should have been a better father to your son." And he was a great father, taught me everything I know. But he still would say, "Oh, I should have been a better father to your son." Now, my mom treated me like shit. But you ever think she ever said, "Well, son, maybe I shouldn't have treated you that way. I apologize for busting you in the back of the head with a peanut butter jar." You think never. She went right to the grave with it. So that's
I got aunts that do the same thing.
the way it is.
They in denial about it and whatnot. Like, one aunt told me that she believes my story, but she feels that I had a chance to say something, but I didn't.
Isn't that always
And
the thing?
of course, right? It's always that, like, oh, well, you could have said something, but you chose not to. Or, how come you're just now speaking about it? How come I'm just now hearing it? Why are you in denial about it?
Yeah, turning it
You got
around.
the same type of man in your house, and you don't believe your children about the things that they're telling you, but you have the audacity to sit here and tell me that I didn't do something about a grown ass man touching me when I was a child.
Turning it around and make it seem like it's your fault. That's kind of how it goes. But I want to thank y'all for showing up tonight, Lady Nisha, Brother Faulkner. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow, because tomorrow, T.L.O.T, the Ladies of Thought Unicorn 4 will be here, and tomorrow we will be talking about the cost of life. And make sure you stop by Prophet of Thought series on Facebook, and stop by the old T.P.O.T bandwagon Facebook page, and stop by the Prophet of Thought series fan group page. Request to be a member. I'm sure they'll let you in. Make sure you hit us up on WhatsApp and Instagram. That's Prophet of Thought on Instagram. And we have a Twitter as well. It's at T.P.O.T Media on Twitter. That's at T.P.O.T Media on Twitter. You better get on there and follow us, or I will haunt you in your sleep. I like to thank Miss Maxineau for showing up tonight. She gave some good tips to the ladies. I hope the ladies was paying attention with that natural hair thing. And make sure you stop by the website too. The website is www.don'teventryiit.wikifoundry.com. That's www.don'teventryiit.wikifoundry.com. I appreciate everybody showing up tonight, everybody in the chat, my mods, spending some time with us tonight. Thanks for coming through and stopping by. And once again, I want to thank Brother Faulkner and Lady Nisha for coming through as well.
Always a pleasure.
Oh, absolutely. So
Nice talking.
with that, I will leave you with 3 words like I always do. Open your minds. And we out of here, y'all. Peace, folks. Only